Hey folks, good afternoon. Just want to do a quick explanation or help video for some of the rational exponent problems that you'll be doing today for your async work. Um, so make sure you're in the 1216 async assignment folder or uh, assignment on Schoology. And then best way to do that is click on View. Once you do that, that'll bring up the assignment for today, which is, it seems like a lot of problems. I believe there are 18 of them, but they're all like pretty short. They don't take a lot of steps. So that's why there's just a lot of opportunities for you to practice. The other thing I'd love for you to note is that if you scroll all the way down, you'll see once this loads, that I've provided for you all of the answers to the odd problems. And the reason for that, even though it may seem like I'm giving you half of the assignment, is so that you can check your work here. Okay, so let's get started. So for each of these, you'll be simplifying in a number of different ways using all of those properties of exponents that we've learned so far. So I'll be doing a number of the odd problems so that you can see some examples. So let's start with number 1. K to the 12th power raised to the 5/3 power. Okay. So this, since we are taking one power and raising it to another power, we're using the power rule. So when we use the power rule, we multiply the exponent, so 12 times 5/3, so k equals 60 over 3, or k to the 60 over thirds power, and that means we have k to the 20th. Okay, so all I did was multiply 12 by 5/3, and then simplify that fraction so that I got k to the 20th power. Let's scroll, you have a couple like that. Let's scroll down to number 5. Number 5, we're taking 36a squared to the 1/2 power. Remember that 1/2 is just another way to express a square root. But either way, even if you don't remember that, when we have multiple things that are being raised to a power, we've got to take each of them separately. So this is equivalent to saying 36 to the 1/2 times a squared to the 1/2. And so this is another application of the power rule, also the product rule, but mainly the power rule. 36 to the 1/2 is 6. A squared to the 1/2, so 2 times 1/2, that's just a. So our final answer for 5 should be 6a. It starts to get a little bit more complicated with ones like number 9. And so in number 9, you'll see that, again, we're using the power rule, but there's a whole lot of stuff inside these parentheses that we've got to take care of ahead of time. Okay, so we have 2yx to the 4th times 2yx to the -1 times y to the -4, and that's all being raised to the 4th power. Okay, so first thing I want to do is simplify everything that's inside the parentheses. I've got 2 times 2, that's 4. Got y times y to the -4th. I'm actually going to write the x's first because generally that's how it's done. So we have x to the 4th times x to the -1. This is the power rule, so we're going to add the exponents. We have 3 x's here. Then we have y times y to the -4, so that's y to the -3rd. Still all raised to the 4th power. Okay, we're going to get out all the steps first, and then we're going to make sure we don't have any negative exponents in the final answer, because you generally want to avoid that. All right, so 4 to the 4th, let's see, that is 256. X to the 3rd to the 4th, that's x to the 12th, right? This is the power rule, so we're multiplying exponents. And we have y to the -12. And because we don't want any negative exponents in our final answer, we're going to, since it's a negative exponent, use the reciprocal. So our final step here, we have 256 x to the 12th, and that's going to be over y to the 12th. Remember, anytime you have a negative exponent, you can rewrite it as 1 over that positive exponent. Okay. The others are just some more challenging applications. You might need to add fractions there. You can go ahead and use a calculator for that. And there's one challenge. I know that I've provided that answer for 17, but there, that's all right. So it's less of a challenge now that you can see the answer. But if you are able to get it and show all of your steps, you'll get some extra credit for that. As always, feel free to reach out to me with questions. Hopefully these 3 examples were helpful, and I will see you in class on Friday.